Hi, so my name is Tosh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm just going to talk to you about how I pretty much ruined my blog and how I have to start all over from scratch, pretty much. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So if you're watching this video, while I'm filming it at this time, I'm not sure if I'm even going to post this, but obviously if you're seeing it, I decided to post the video. And I really want to start off by saying that people may come to my website and they may see like everything I post in the description and try to find my website and they can't find it anywhere, and that is for a reason. I had my blog for, let's see, it would have been 2 years in December, and at this point you guys probably have noticed there is no link to my blog on my website, and that is because it is currently not up and running and I pretty much ruined my blog. So I really feel like one reason I am not sure if I wanted to post the video is because I was scared of how people would perceive me, or just be like, how can you let something like that happen, or just be like what do you mean? So I didn't want that to ruin my credibility and stuff like that with you guys, but I also feel like I want to be an example to you guys, whoever's watching this, and I want to be transparent and I want to be honest, and I don't want to come on here and just act like I know it all, because I don't, but I know things that you probably don't know, and that's why I created this YouTube channel, so I could help people that are in that position. And it's coming from a place of just being where you were, starting your blogging journey and being completely lost and just clueless. And I know what that feels like, so if I can help people not feel that way, then that would be amazing, all the better, you know what I mean? So I wanted to make this video and just explain kind of how that kind of happened, me having to completely start over from scratch, and just coming to terms with that. So my blogs by Tosh, I had it for 2 years and I was seeing really good progress with my blog. At first, the first year was really tough, but I made it through. And then once I made it past the first year, I learned about SEO, learned how to implement SEO, and really structure my blog to where I started ranking on Google, which is one of the top search engines in the world. By the time my blog kind of did a whole nosedive, I was actually going back and forth and wrestling with the idea of relaunching my blog, because I really wanted to start off fresh and really take everything that I applied and just start all over. And I was wrestling with that idea, and while I was wrestling with this idea, it was coming up the time that I had to renew my domain name and my host subscription. And at this time, not only was I going back and forth with if I was going to relaunch and move WEBHOST and stuff like that, but I also was going through a lot of personal stuff and really not really focused on my blog the way I should have been. And it happens, it's life, when personal things happen and you're going through a lot of mental stuff and just things like that, it's rough. So some things do have to take a back seat and be put on the back burner, and that's what I kind of did with my blog. However, my mistake was thinking, well, even if I don't renew my subscription to my WEBHOST or my domain name, I should be okay. Obviously, I knew there would be some repercussions, but I didn't think it would be something like this happening where I had to start all over. So I just thought if I didn't renew my domain name and stuff like that, I would have some time after the renew day and I would just get fined, or have to pay a little extra for my WEBHOST and my domain name, and I was okay with that. However, that is not how it went down, and lesson learned to not put off renewing your domain name or your web host, because you can lose it and you have to start all over like I did. So just let that be lesson number one in this whole situation that I learned. And I also want to say that another reason I started, sorry, this is going to be all over the place because I didn't script this video like I usually do my other ones, so it's kind of going to be all over the place like my brain is, so just bear with me. But another thing that I want to add before I go on is that's another reason why I started this channel, is because I want the mistakes that I made to benefit you guys, if that makes sense. So I want to take what I learned and just put that information out there so you guys don't have to go through the same things. And this is one of the things that you don't want to have to go through. So just let me tell you and emphasize that do not wait to renew your domain name. Do not put it off, and do not do what I did, okay? Even if you're not sure about your blog and, you know, if you want to keep the domain that you have, do not do that, because you can be in the position that I'm in now and you don't want to be there. So by the time I went back to the story, by the time that I went back to try to renew my domain name, I was like, I would say it was almost 2 months after, you know, it expired, and I went back and I'm like, what in the actual fuck? Like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be real here. Like, what in the actual fuck is happening right now? So I started freaking out, and I realized that since my domain name went into redemption at this point, that I had to wait. And I even contacted the web host and said, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. And they said, well, if you don't want to renew your web host with us, you can just wait until your domain name is available again, and you pretty much have to just rebuy it. So I was like, okay, how long is that gonna take? They were like 2 to 3 weeks. So during those 2 to 3 weeks, I was obviously just very upset at myself. I was really hard on myself, as I should have been, because that was just, I can admit now in the state that I'm in today that was a dumb decision. But even though I made that dumb decision doesn't mean that it didn't affect me. So those few weeks I first it's like going through like stages of grief or something. I know I'm being dramatic, but it kind of felt like that because, you know, this is my first website, my first blog, and I put a lot of work into it, a lot of tears, a lot of time, a lot of everything. So, you know, the idea of having to start over, even though I was wrestling with it a few months prior, was still very overwhelming, and it was something that I wasn't sure about. And the kind of person that I am, I know you guys don't know me personally, the kind of person I am is I will sit there and mope around about it and feel sorry for myself for a little bit, but then once I'm done through that phase, I was like, okay, Tosh. I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, Tosh, you either have two choices. You can just completely give up and not even have a website again, stop everything you're doing and just go back to your pre-blog days, you know, or stop feeling sorry for yourself, you know, stop moping around and actually relaunch your blog like you were thinking about doing months prior and start over again. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, I don't want to just completely give it up, because I actually really enjoy blogging, and blogging started as a hobby and I really enjoy it, you know, even though it's super hard and difficult. So I made the decision to start over. So, and when I really thought about it, the more I thought about it, even though I would be starting over in terms of ranking on Google and stuff like that, and having, you know, to start over in that sense, I wouldn't be starting from scratch in terms of the knowledge and the skills that I gained. So I knew how to implement SEO, I knew what SEO was, and I knew all these tips and tricks and just how the whole process worked and everything that I had to do. So in reality, I wouldn't necessarily be starting over from like skills and a learning perspective, and I wouldn't be facing such a learning curve. So when I thought about it like that, I was just like, you know what, like I can do this. Like I'm gonna just, you know, renew my domain name and start over again. So, and I really, it's all, everything that you go through is all about how you perceive it, and it's all about your mindset and your perception, because a person with a poor mindset and a really bad perception and outlook on life probably would have just completely like given up and just been so discouraged. However, people that, you know, are just the opposite would have chose to do what I did. And I feel like it's all about how you look at the situation, because if I would have kept moping around, beating up on myself and just, or is it beating? Yeah, beating up on myself, I would have just, you know, taken the L and not have tried and not gotten back up. And that's not the kind of person that I want to be, and that's not the kind of person that I feel like deserves to have a platform, you know, like YouTube. And that's not the kind of person that deserves to be helping people out and teaching people, in a sense, you know what I mean? So I made the decision that I'm going to relaunch my blog. I'm starting over from scratch, and we are just gonna go on this new journey together, and I will take you through the process of me relaunching my blog from start to finish. So that means me getting my domain name back, me setting up my website with my WEBHOST, and me choosing the theme, and, you know, posting my first blog post on my new website, and me showing you how to do SEO on a new website or new blog. So I could take this negative thing that happened and turn it around and really take it and make it a teaching opportunity for you or whoever's watching. And I know there's not a lot of people watching my blogs or my videos that I'm uploading on YouTube, but the few of you that are, I just want to let you know that I'm so happy that you stumbled upon my channel and that I can share this with you, even though I was really skeptical and like kind of scared because, you know, the backlash. But at the same time, I want to set the standard for how I want to be perceived and how I want you guys to see me, and I want to be real and honest and raw, and this is real and honest and raw, and this is real life shit. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I just wanted to come on here and, you know, tell you that little story and just, you know, give you some background on why, if you come to my YouTube channel, you may not find my website, and that is why. So thank you so much for watching, and if you want to go on this journey with me, of me starting over from scratch, then please subscribe so you can get notified when I post videos on me showing you guys how to start a blog and set up your website and everything like that. And don't forget to turn on the bell notification, because if you don't turn on the bell notification, you won't get notified when I post new videos, and you won't know that I posted them. So make sure you subscribe and then turn on the bell notification as well. Those are two separate things. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.